What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to the channel to part 2 for my wander with me series on Lords of the Fallen Update 2.0, where I'm being a vagrant, finding items, defeating bosses, being defeated, and all that good stuff we do in video gaming. As always, timestamps will be below for everything I do and find in the game. If you like the content and find it helpful, please leave a like on the video because it does go a long way in helping me out in the algorithm. Even better, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified on my latest video. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2. We made it to the hub and we're wandering around, checking the area, speaking with NPCs and all that stuff. We are gonna look around a bit, and then what I'm gonna do is move a little forward. I'm not gonna show all of this, and we're gonna get the game rolling.
Instead of its Rogar blight.
The lamp must be born until the favored child makes themselves known. Only then can the remaining carrion of creation finally return to the void. Chosen bearer of the lamp, like you I serve.
I hope you cease my offers after all.
So as you see, we are still in the hub and we're wandering around, checking every nook and cranny, making sure we can get through certain areas and what areas we can't go through. And that's basically what's going on here. We stayed here for a little bit because, like both of us like to do, we like to check every nook and cranny. Know what I mean?
While the beacon should remain your most pressing task, I would have you perform another for me concurrently. Seek out and return to me the items which stand as proof of the Hallowed Sentinel's heretical deviations and practices. For only in the study of such can we hope to turn them towards the true light of Aureus. This land is overflowing with sin, so I expect this undertaking to offer you little difficulty. Also, say nothing of this to Pietà or the Fidelis captain. They are already conflicted. Troubling them further only endangers them and our mission. You serve a higher purpose, Crusader. To strive in darkness, in light we walk.
And here we are, doing my usual, taking a shot of the area for the thumbnail. And yeah, I was like, yo, get next to me, man. Get next to me. I was like, oh, no, you got to get on the other side because that's where I put my words, man. He's like, no. I want to be on this side. I said, all right. Hopefully I can fit it in, man. All right, so from here, we are going to go past this guy. I did my, I talked to him, and we went down here. And this is where we start our first area of the next area. Finding items already. Look at that, At this point, I'm very much so not familiar with everything that I need to do and how to do things as far
Careful.
as the mechanics
If you're
of the
headed for
game.
Pilgrim's Perch,
So I'm
friend,
still, that's why I
the
was a
hallowed
man menu. I
sentinels
didn't know what
don't
to do
welcome
with,
everyone.
put this there,
Not
put
even
that
a
there.
faithful
So
pilgrim
you'll
who's
see
crossed
that in
countless
the
miles
very
of
first
land and
few
sea to
videos,
do me.
obviously,
All
because
I
we are
wanted
still
was
getting
to
used
serve
to
the
the game.
divine judge cleric, but they deemed me unworthy and chased me off.
I gotta say, the physics in this game for breaking items like these barrels, these boxes, is done really, really well. And it's actually kind of fun when you roll into them and find items obviously hidden behind them and in them. So you see us doing a lot of that also because, we want to find things, I will say this first weapon, this mallet that I have, I'm really, really digging it. I like it. I like that it's sort of lightweight, but it does some hella damage, So pretty dope. And then you can see Deafwing obviously carrying the little pokey stick, Look, he got a little long pokey stick. I was reading some stuff about this game and it seems some people didn't like this mechanic. And honestly, I really, really am enjoying it right now for the moment. I don't know if it becomes more frustrating later in the game, but I was reading comments that people really didn't like it and it kind of like takes away from the main game, that it wasn't really necessary. But I don't know. For right now, I gotta disagree. I know they're working on a third one, so I do hope they take a lot of the feedback because from what I recently read and have seen people say is that this is like a major overhaul. What I would like to say, how they take feedback from the community. So this is a community update, so to speak. So some of the things I saw, the UI, like there was no jump button. That's crazy to me, where it didn't even work correctly and people would constantly perish because of the platform. And I'm sure there's going to be some crazy platforming here, especially when you go into the other realm. But yeah, it's just crazy. The UI especially, like it's a huge overhaul. So for a lot of people that are playing this game again in 2025 from coming from 2023, I'm sure they're going to be extremely surprised on how much of a difference they did with this 2.0 update. But how are you feeling about it? I don't know if people are replaying it or if you ended up buying it, because I believe it is still on sale for like 20 bucks and change. You can grab it if you're playing this now or replaying it as someone who played it in the past. How are you liking it now compared to when it was first released in 23, even in 24? They obviously did a lot of updates prior to this huge update, almost feeling like a brand new game. Give me some of that feedback. I want to know what you guys feel about it if you were there during launch and playing it now in 2025. That guy was camouflage, almost didn't see him. Kind of funny, just chilling there. Didn't even come out of there, or we didn't aggro him to come out when we were fighting the enemies at the bottom. The one thing I will say that so far I absolutely do not like is how the hell do you have a game this big and not have a map? That makes absolutely no sense. Why they chose to do that in 2025 in a Souls-like game makes absolutely no sense. So I was confused here, and he was telling me, oh, I see butterflies, this is a boss area. And at this time, I really didn't understand that he couldn't come in here because I don't see the butterflies, but he does. So if I'm in his game, I see the butterflies for the boss entrance. And when he's in my game, I don't see the butterflies and he sees them. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh yeah, there's someone down there. There's definitely a boss for sure. I'm gonna have to move forward and I guess activate the encounter so I can have him come in. And I actually told him, come up here. I want to see if you can come through. And he was like, look, nope, I can't go through, man. And I was like, all right. I was like, I think we'll leave this for a little bit later. Let's explore some more. So right here, I guess whenever you see butterflies like this, you have to go into the Umber world and grab those because it gives you some currency that you need for everyone you interact with.
Sentinels. Most blessed representatives of the Holy Judge Cleric. My soul soars to see...
Hold your tongue, pilgrim. And on your feet. You are on sacred ground. And we are yet to see whether you are deserving of that honor.
I assure you, I have dedicated my life to the teachings of Judge Cleric. My faith in her and her divine works is boundless.
Pray it is. For our Immaculate Lady's light will lay bare the truth. And in radiance, there is judgment.
And here basically trying to figure out where to go. We saw there was an item up here in that corner. So we were gonna get rid of this guy and then go grab whatever it was that item is. And here we go, clobbering time. Let's go. Man, that's the only thing I don't like. It's a little short, you know, so sometimes I can't gauge my distance pretty good with it. But man, it's clobbering time, yo. This thing does the crazy damage. It's just fun to play with. So here we reset the checkpoint and we actually started to do a farm here just so we can get a, a la crema so we can upgrade. And you'll see this farm and then we'll go into the el future. Know what I mean? So we farmed for a little bit there and decided to move on after we got a few upgrade points for our attributes. You know, I don't know why I did the whole rolling thing. Makes no sense because I think I'm playing like an Elden Ring or something that doesn't have a jump and I got to roll. It's absolutely funny, man. I completely forgot that I can jump. And there, look, I did it again. Right here, there was some miscommunication going on here. And and Deafwing left me. I was like, my dude, you left me. Where you going, bro? He said, I'm taking the elevator up, man. And I was like, yeah, but I'm still down at the bottom. Man, communication is key, man. Especially with me, man. I'm Speedy Gonzalez, you know. I just go, man. So now we are under what looks like the hub, and right here we decided to go on ahead and do the Umbra so we can figure out how to get to the other sections, because that's how this works, right? Go into the Umbra so you can get to different areas that you can't normally get in the real world. Like that bridge there, we'll be able to cross it where he's going and be able to go to the bottom part and look around to see if we find any items. Yeah, and here we were a little bit confused. We were like, where do we need to go? Do we go over there? Do we go to the bottom? Do we change it back? So we were like, let's just change it back. Let's just see what else is on the other side. And right here, I'm, searching, looking around, and Deafwing's gonna go ahead of me. We're gonna drop down here and get to the bottom. I'm gonna go down the ladders, He's gonna move forward, and he's gonna try to attempt to jump on the platform. And yeah, it didn't really work out. Geronimo! I don't know why he thought he could really make that. And at this moment, we were a little lost. So we were like, oh, let's go back. Let's go back up. And then we get invaded. Completely forgot that this was an actual thing in this game. And we were like, all right, let's see what happens. And yeah, I'm gonna let this roll out. Yeah, it didn't work out, but we just started. We don't know what we're doing, you know what I mean? We don't know what we're doing, bro. This guy gonna take advantage of us. He had two damn lightsabers, man. What's good with that, man? I will say, however, that later on in the game, we get invaded quite a few times, and yeah, we make them pay low level as we are, All right, so we are back to this section. We made our way over, and we are gonna search around a bit more and we find some stuff. We find some stuff. We're gonna change back into the Umbra and do this section that we left because we wanted to do other areas before we looked around here. I will say these Reapers here, man, they're so annoying, man. Really, really annoying, guys. I mean, I know we have to eliminate them in order to get some resources, but man, I hate fighting these guys. And then we finally made it to this area where I can open up the door, and this will eventually bring us inside the hub into a room. And being that we're in the Umbra, we're able to go through the gate up here in this section, which is part of the mechanic. All right, folks, we are gonna leave it here. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your support. I have the next few videos up. Actually, I have a lot of footage waiting to be posted up on the channel. I just have to edit it like I'm doing this one. However, I did put the latest Wander With Me series for Kazan episode number 12 on the channel now, if you want to check that out. I'm also going to have the next part of that very soon. And if you like the content and enjoying it, please do what my beautiful goddaughter loves to say.
Like and subscribe.
Until the next one, keep on gaming.